Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. Tonight's matchup features two quarterbacks who will be trying to lead their team to victory. It's Bridgewater's Vikings going up against Ryan's Falcons.
All right, Larry, thank you very much. We are pleased, as always, to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League presented by EA Sports. We thought the old place was loud. Somehow this place got even louder a short time ago as the Falcons were introduced to this sellout crowd. We're set to go as the Falcons get ready to match up with the Minnesota Vikings. Here's Kai Forbath now to get us started. Get strapped in. It's just about time to get the party started. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Sanu, the man in motion left. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets them a new set of downs.
And that's a nice explosive run to get things started there. And there's something about when it's a night game, it seems a little bit more, meaning a little bit broader, a little bit crisper, maybe even the hitting and the contact's a bit more because guys have been waiting all day long to get at each other. And the best coaches that I played for, they handle night games really well, and they're a different animal than day games because you have to wait so long, yet you still have to harness all that intensity and then let it go at the proper time.
A handoff, Devontae Freeman. And he's got this one just across midfield to the 49. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Buying time to his left. Looking downfield for Jones. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw nothing. And brought down, but the juke, the very nice juke, gives him the first down yardage there. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, as the defense rallies quickly after the nice move. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Ryan. It's caught. Jones. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
A pickup of 4 on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and goal. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I might come right back at them with the same play, the same set, and see if they can stop them.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It's a 6-yard loss on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and goal. Coleman. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Give him 4 yards there, but they're still well short of the goal line with 4th down now looming.
This offense bent the defense in their long drive downfield, but once they got within sight of the goal line, the defense went to don't break mode and is stiffened.
So they get the ball first here in front of the home crowd under the lights, and they get 3 points out of it.
And there's something about a night game, isn't there? A little extra snap, a little extra crisp in the air. What a terrific way to get things started. A little extra excitement, a little extra dazzle for the home crowd.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. First carry for Latavius Murray. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. 2nd down, Bridgewater. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
The effort's always going to be there. Everyone's always going to try and make a catch, but underthrown balls, I think, are the toughest ones to come back and get because usually your momentum's going in the opposite direction when you're trying to stop, break, and come back and get it.
Play action now. Bridgewater. He'll find Thielen, work in the middle. And a big hit there as he runs into a brick wall right at the 45. And a gain there of 11 yards. A toss to Murray. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
In today's NFL, you hear all the time about stretching the field and creating space in order to run plays. A toss play will help accomplish that because now you're pushing a defense to chase you all the way to the edges and to the sideline. That's a nice run, probing now early to try and get things done later.
And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. 2nd quarter. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Now a give. This is Murray. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
I like the look that they just showed there. When you come out of
Murray fighting, lost the football. And the Falcons say they have it, they do. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Looking deep for Julio. It's caught at the 10. Touchdown, Falcons. Julio Jones, 65 yards. And the Falcons are able to show off their quick strike ability. Well, they went play action there and set it up nicely for him. I mean, he can flat fly, and they hit him downfield.
And it doesn't take much to create that extra bit of space that a guy of his speed needs. If you go play action, all you want is just a moment where the guy's covering, take their attention somewhere else, and then he's by him. And once he's by him, there's no catching him. As they always like to say, if a receiver's even to a defensive back, that means he's leaving.
Unless that DB is Charles Davis, right?
In that case, he left me a long time ago.
Come on now.
Trust me.
Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
You always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, pump the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over It changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. Brooks Reed in there to sack him for a loss of 6. They pitch it out to Murray. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Room to run inside the 40. And he's going to be out of bounds, but able to take it inside the 40-yard line. It'll be a gain of 15 on the play. And that is going to set up a 3rd and 1. Now the Georgia Southern man. This is Jerick McKinnon. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They run once more with McKinnon. Gets around him. They'll get 16 yards there. And it'll be a Minnesota 1st down.
Well, last year, I'm not sure we saw very many of those runs, did we, from the Vikings? I mean, they had the poorest rushing attack in the league.
Just 75 yards per game, but carries like the one we just saw, that'll help bolster that average.
Yeah, certainly, and they tried to beef up the offensive line in the offseason, brought in Latavius Murray, and then drafted Dalvin Cook out of Florida State.
Kyle Rudolph, the tight end, in motion. They run it with McKinnon, and he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. And now we're circling here around the 2-minute warning.
This is a setup play, trying to get one last one in before the clock warning.
Kyle Rudolph, the tight end, in motion. They keep it on the ground, but this time it's Murray. And a decent gain there as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to play here in the 1st half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Again, it's Murray. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. And the Falcons going to use another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Diggs going in motion right. On 3rd down, it's Murray. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And Forbath will put this one through. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So no problems there with that one as they're able to put 3 up on the board.
Yeah, it's pretty much a winless night. There's only a very light breeze, so it's a perfect night for kickers. And like you say, no problems with that one.
And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. So out come the Falcons now. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1 play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1 play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. Steps away to his left. Now he's going to throw deep back over the middle. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Well, he's been the guy already over 100 yards here in the 1st half. Could have had a lot more if he would have been able to haul that one in.
Yeah, in fact, our statistician Marvin was already handing me a piece of paper with that yardage totaled on it. He thought that catch was going to happen just as you and I did as well.
And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Grady Jarrett able to collapse the pocket and drop him for a loss of a yard. The second down throw for Bridgewater. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Adrian Claiborne in there to get him, and this pass rush strong now. That sack's on back-to-back plays. 3rd and long now after the sack, and we'll see if Bridgewater has a response. 10th carry of the game now, Murray. And yet again, nowhere to run. This time maybe we'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Wasn't able to get anything, no gain. Fumbled once already. Maybe he's being a little careful. Not necessarily on that play, but I'm sure that's in his mind somewhere.
Oh, without a doubt, because protecting the football is job one for anyone who's carrying it. And that's exactly what he tried to do on that play, but it didn't gain him any yardage.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. Now a play fake here on first down. And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. Anthony Barr from his outside linebacker spot. He comes up to drop him for a loss of 10. Now it's Ryan. Eluding the pressure right. Looking downfield for Jones. And this one is incomplete. Okay, so Larry apparently giving us the silent treatment all of a sudden, and we're going to skip ahead to quarter number 3. This is taken at the 3. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the 3rd. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. To throw, Bridgewater. His throw incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
The Vikings on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. Play action. It's Bridgewater. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A really good pickup of 28 yards. They've been struggling in the passing game. Do you like the aggressiveness there? I mean, it worked on that play, but do you like it?
I do, because a lot of the time you're struggling because your passing lanes are clogged. That usually happens when you're throwing the ball underneath. People start to press up on you. Push them deep. Find some space and open things up again. Being aggressive there, I think, will pay off for them.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Throwing is Bridgewater. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Adrian Claiborne in there to get him for his second sack of the night. The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on fourth down? The wide receiver moving to a new spot. Bridgewater down. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days. In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
Anthony Barr got a real education at UCLA in playing not just his normal position of stand-up outside linebacker, but down defensive end. So he had to incorporate a variety of moves, take on bigger people. So he learned great leverage while he was there. That really helps him when he's trying to stop people running the ball.
Born in South Bend, Indiana. Thought about going back to go to Notre Dame, but you're right. Great career at UCLA and now a great career in the NFL. They'll need to get the play off quickly. Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time to actually find a place to run the football.
And they're behind the sticks here a bit now, dealing with a 2nd and 12. Freeman again. Room here to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
First seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Getting late here in the fourth, and if this team has any chance to win this football game, their defense obviously needs a stop here. A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
On third down, that's Coleman. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Sanu, the man in motion left. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. Finding room to the 20. Devontae Freeman. They're not going to get him. Touchdown, Falcons. Devontae Freeman, 34 yards. And the Falcons will extend their lead. And he's able to put it through. Here's Bosher to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. So the D-line's going to spread out. That was second down run for Murray. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. Bridgewater. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish.
Let's go.
Desperation time. 4th down. Bridgewater. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. But not the position they want to be in. Still a very, very small chance here, but they almost need a miracle.
Agreed. That means they've got to get it to the sidelines, get out of bounds, and preserve clock.
They run again with Murray. He's seen a ton of action tonight. And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
You and I both know that you don't really, truly replace Adrian Peterson. Well, Latavius Murray's a really good back. Similar running styles, too. Won't wear the same number, we know that. But when you see him run, you might see a little bit of that in him. Upright with some power.
Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, there's a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, deep ball, short ball. That was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything.
Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. Bridgewater on 3rd and 2. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left. What a throw right there for the first down. He has taken some real punishment in this game, but still standing in the pocket, completing that one.
He's a flat-out warrior. There's no question about that. How about him stepping up into the teeth of the rush and delivering there for that big strike and that big pickup?
And it's intercepted at the goal line. It's Desmond Trufant. And that will write a finish to this ball game.